You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. We're going to talk about Lamar Jackson. More specifically, DeMaurice Smith, the head of the NFL Players Association, Players Union, who has come out and once again he's making comments about Lamar Jackson. Look, there's people out there that believe DeMaurice Smith is actually working with Lamar Jackson on this contract situation. Also, there's rumors out there that Lamar Jackson may have actually wanted to have accepted one of those deals that Baltimore has thrown out there. Lamar denied the $200 and $250 million. It's been two different over $200 million reports. He denied the $200 million one. He probably denied the $250 somewhere as well. And there was a 3-year, $133 million in guarantees, that contract thrown out. Well, I saw where some people are speculating that maybe DeMaurice Smith pushed Lamar Jackson to possibly not accept one of those deals. And that leads me to believe, what are you doing exactly, DeMaurice Smith? If that is true, and again, we're speculating and it's hearsay, but why are you involved to this extent? Lamar is the one that chose not to hire an agent here. And the issue is, DeMaurice Smith's goal here is to essentially turn the NFL into Major League Baseball or into the NBA. He wants fully guaranteed contracts for NFL players, particularly quarterbacks. And he's pissed that the NFL owners have course corrected. They have seen Deshaun Watson as a mistake. We've talked about that before. And they corrected the market. The quarterback market's already reset. And the Players Association union head doesn't want to accept this for whatever reason. And, you know, there's been talk of racism come up in this, and I'm like, really? Because you got Kyler Murray with a contract he clearly doesn't deserve, and that's inflated. It's considered a terrible contract. Russell Wilson's contract, he's black, it's considered a terrible contract. And never mind the mother of all terrible contracts, the league. So many people are completely in lockstep that Deshaun Watson's contract may in fact be the worst contract in the history of sports. And yet he wants the NFL owners to keep making the same mistake and start making it all the time. It makes no sense. Look, man, if I was Roger Goodell or if I was the owners, I would stick Roger Goodell out there because technically speaking, he's supposed to work for the owners. And I would sit down in a room with DeMaurice Smith and be like, dude, we're a salary-capped league. This guaranteed contract thing you keep bringing the drum for, it's not happening. Stop it. The executive director of the NFL's Players Association, this is Baltimore Banner, on Friday said the league's franchise owners could be colluding, here we go again, against Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson and alleged they were, quote, criminally gaming the game itself to avoid paying fully guaranteed contracts. The league in unison is saying we're not going to do it. Why are you trying to force owners to do something they don't want to do with their own teams? In a memo shared Friday on the NFL Players Association website, Executive Director DeMaurice Smith questioned why the Ravens and other teams have been unwilling to offer Jackson a deal with guarantees similar to those in other sports. You answered your own question. It's not the other sports. It's football. It's unclear whether Jackson, who's free to negotiate contracts with other teams after 2+ years of unsuccessful talks in Baltimore, have received any offer sheets since free agency opened in Wednesday. Jackson is representing himself in negotiations and has enlisted the help of the NFLPA. The 2019 NFL Most Valuable Player is believed to be seeking a deal similar to Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson's fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract. After suspending negotiations with general manager Eric DeCosta before last year's season opener, Jackson declined to comment in September on the input he'd received from the NFLPA. So we don't know exactly what he said, what the PA has said to Jackson. Smith, who has served as executive director since 2009, said Friday that he's, quote, never witnessed teams being so quick to publicly announce their lack of interest in an MVP quarterback who is in his prime and who is going to get an injury guarantee regardless of his contract. Again, I wonder, is he going to bring up the fact that many around the league believe he quit on the Ravens? Is he going to bring that up? Because I doubt he does. After the Ravens designated Jackson with the non-exclusive franchise tag March 7th, leaving themselves vulnerable to being outbid this offseason, a handful of potential suitors indicated through the media reports that they would not be pursuing the star quarterback. At the NFL owners' meetings last year, Ravens owner Steve Bisciotti called the contract that Watson signed last year, quote, groundbreaking, and acknowledged that it would make, quote, negotiations harder with others. Bisciotti was pissed over that contract. The fully guaranteed structure for franchised players in the NFL CBA was created precisely because we as a union know that owners have colluded in the past and might do it again, as they potentially are doing right now when it comes to highly sought-after players, Smith said. So for those people out there who chant the power of the mythical NFL free market, the market would supposedly work to secure the highest and best contract without a draft because all owners want to win just the same. Wake up and look at the market, and that is supposed to be, but it isn't. And teams that should be doing everything to win but do not. An NFL spokesperson did not immediately reply to requests for comment on Smith's remarks. According to ESPN, Jackson last year turned down an offer for a 5-year extension from the Ravens that included a $133 million guaranteed at signing, $175 million guaranteed for injury, and $200 million in total guarantees if he was on the roster on the 5th day of 2026 league's year. Jackson later tried to shoot it down. I did a video on that. Only 4 players in NFL history, all quarterbacks, have received at least $100 million fully guaranteed in their contract. Watson, the Denver Broncos' Russell Wilson, he got $119 million. Arizona Cardinals' Kyler Murray, $103.3 million. Aaron Rodgers, $101.4 million. And Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins received a fully guaranteed 3-year, $84 million deal in 2018 after playing on the franchise tag for 2 straight seasons. Yeah, but he also gave them a borderline discount, and that's why they were willing to fully guarantee it. I mean, literally, I kid you not. I remember at the time some people said that maybe he had saved them $10, $15 million because he agreed to do that. Among the major North American sports leagues, the NFL is the only one in which multi-year contracts for veteran players typically are not guaranteed, because of injury. Smith wrote that NFL players, quote, hate them because they are, quote, they are better for the players than they are the owners. Good God. Absolutely. Let's turn the NFL into the NBA, an unwatchable sport. A fully guaranteed contract in Jackson's instance means that all quarterbacks on expiring rookie contracts will, and should anyway, demand them in the next cycle, Smith said. Here we go. Make no mistake, what is occurring right now is in the owner's effort to block the same cycle that ushered in fully guaranteed contracts in other sports. And it is exactly what we are seeing in the NFL in the aftermath of both Cousins and the Watson contracts. DeCosta has declined to comment on what Jackson is seeking in negotiations, but his next deal could help set the market for quarterbacks. At the NFL Scouting Combine last month, Bengals Director of Player Personnel Duke Tobin, who's negotiating a new deal with star Joe Burrow, acknowledged that he's, quote, always sensitive to league trends. The Chargers' Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts of the Eagles are also eligible for contract extensions this offseason. The NFL wants to send a message to all of the above name stars that they will not get a fully guaranteed contract simply because other first ballot Hall of Famers didn't get them, and if they help it, because Jackson didn't get one either, Smith wrote. The message for the non-quarterback free agent market is equally harsh. You don't stand a chance of getting this type of contract. It's odd because they're trying to dictate how the owners are going to get to pay the players. Again, we're talking about a sport where the injury rate is way higher, obviously, than a sport like Major League Baseball, right? And Lord knows there's been a ton of terrible contracts in Major League Baseball. They get paid their money. Also, the league is capped, right? You don't have a team, an NFL team, spending $800 million a year. And I don't think you've got one in Major League Baseball spending that much either. But that's where Major League Baseball is going to head at some point. It's going to keep going up, up, and up. The salary cap increases in small increments. It's amazing because it's widely known and, for the most part, accepted that everybody knows that Watson deal was a terrible deal. And he's talking about the quarterback market being set, but you've already had other deals come after the fact that has already corrected that mistake, right? And even those contracts are viewed as horrible contracts, even as non-guaranteed contracts. It's weird. DeMaurice Smith, I mean, so if every owner believes that the Deshaun Watson contract is horrible, they should turn around and just give another one? Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense to me. I also don't believe that means the owners are colluding. And what that means is they all huddled in a room and got together and made a decision not to give Lamar Jackson or any other quarterback a guaranteed contract. I actually don't think that happened. Nor do I really feel like they left an email trail or a phone trail or any of that crap. I just think as savvy businessmen, the owners took a step back and was like, and I think they knew it immediately, or you wouldn't have heard Bisciotti say it. And it's my understanding, at the owners' meetings, they shunned Jimmy Haslam because of that contract. You know, it was a desperation move by a desperate organization that has been a dumpster fire forever in the Cleveland Browns. Well, the Ravens aren't known to be a dumpster fire organization. They're playing the smart play and smart business. Plain and simple. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.